Hi everyone, welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Christian Bible. I use the King James Version of the Christian Bible to put together the prophecy of Israel from the scattered lines and precepts as directed by the prophet Isaiah. And what I came up with was the Book of Zion, a book which contained a description of my life story, but I'm sure that there are other women out there that have the same kind of history that I do, so I'm not really claiming anything too extraordinary there. I'm sure my story's been repeated 1,000 times. It's just that I took the time to follow the directions to become Zion. And those directions led me to create the original temple of Zion here in York, Nebraska. And I set up the temple in order to protest the war on drugs in a political way. The prophecy literally instructed me to champion the cause of drug users, to go to court to establish myself as Zion using the testimony of the prophecy, to champion the cause of the oppressed, pot smoking, drug using community. I had to do it without using money. That was one of the requirements. That is why I opened the Temple of Zion. And that is why I never legalized it. Because in order to legalize it, I would have had to use money. And money was not required, was not allowed at that point. Neither is it allowed at this point either. Which is the reason why all proceeds to my shows go directly to the creation of the Temple Complex, a charity organization designed to do many, many things, beginning with a universal income for the poor, much like our wonderful Mr. Yang proposed in his presidential bid. I wish that he would hear about what I'm doing, or what I'm in the process of doing, because I'm doing it, guys. I'm not requiring any help from any outside source other than that you watch my videos and hit the button to promote the people who are paying for the foundation. Because now my books, the Potsmoker's Bible and its dual book, the Book of Zion, which I can't publish alone. I have to do it as a dual book because the Book of Zion is prophecy. It's written in the prophet's own words. So that's where the Potsmoker's Bible comes in. But I haven't gotten a publisher for that yet. I have one wanting a transcript, and I have somebody promising to transcribe it for me, because between my videos and my job that pays my bills, I don't have time to transcribe it. And even, I'm not going to quit working my day job, or well, my evening job, until I make until I make through the ads enough to consider myself to not be poor. Because at that point, I'll be able to give back to the poor, which is what the foundation of the Temple Complex is all about, aiding the poor. It begins with a $20 a day living expense. My lawyer tells me that it will be a bank. It'll have to follow all the rules of a bank, but it'll do it in reverse. So that anybody who applies for a bank card and qualifies for it, will be given a $20 a day allowance. If there's enough money for it. Okay, I can give every penny I got. But if I'm the only one giving to this, then my money is going to go really quick unless I make a lot of money doing this video stuff and getting a publisher for the dual book, Pot Smoker's Bible, Book of Zion. That hasn't happened yet, but I'm working on it. But like I said, I'm paying the bills. I'm supporting my roommate who lost his job, and COVID makes it impossible for potheads to, people with records to get anywhere. And he went down with me at the temple. So he took the probation route. I went to prison. But he has a hard time finding a job because of the probation. Even though it's already done. It's on his record. Blah, blah, blah. We all know how that goes. Which is part of our problem. We have a real big problem as drug users. And that problem is, we spent so much time not giving a fuck about what other people think about us that we have let the United States government paint us as such terrible, evil people that we have an image problem. We were meant to be the priests of the earth. Look throughout history, my pot-smoking, drug-using friends. It's like there were only two people throughout history who used drugs. Those who were seeking enlightenment, the shamans, the prophets, the seers, the inventors, the alchemists, and those people who are too depressed to live without it. So, which category do you fall into? Because pot smokers and drug users fall into one of those two categories. Either you're an adventurous soul looking for something better, even if it's only a good time, or you're somebody who's been so hurt by life that you're trying to escape it. And both of you are valid. Those are both valid reasons for getting high and doing drugs. It's the former that is the main concern of the temple complex and my religion. Well, it's not really a religion because I don't worship a god. I don't worship any god. I pay respect and homage to all higher beings, but I don't worship any of them because I'm on my way to become just like them. It's called ascension, and it is the closest thing that I have to a religion. And it's not the main concern of what I'm doing and what you're supposed to be doing. Because the archaic form that was religion, and the current form that is religion are two entirely different things, I believe, based on my research, based on my knowledge of the Grey. And the Grey have shown me through various means, various human means and telepathic means, that their political structure is what we equated to religion. So what the temple complex does is unify religion in the teaching of ascension, which is the religion, I guess, if you want to call it that. But it's to unify all religious thought. I literally studied every religion on the planet, and what I came up with was ascension, which is that all sacred texts from across the globe are chapters of a book. So, in order for you to understand God and realize that He's a political entity and not a religious entity, there's no deity in Zion. There are the gray, the physical father race of our being. We are gray. Our parent was a gray. Our father was gray. Our mother was Neanderthal. We are gray. So that is the physical manifestation of God. The ancient word God means literally those who from the heavens came. That's my God, my physical God. I do have higher powers and principalities that I am in contact with because I'm on the road of ascension. So, that's my plan, is to ascend to a higher level of being and to uplift everybody with me that I can through the temple complex, unifying all religious thought, ending poverty, ending the use of money, ending the war on drugs through community action. We're meant to be priests. Now, the ancient pre-flood priest would today equate more correctly with diplomatic translator, representative. That is a political function of a government, not the worshiping of a deity. So it's called a temple because that's what the prophecy calls it. And that's what the structure of it is based on the ancient temple, where you would go to the temple for intercession with the God being those who from the heavens came, to seek answers to problems, healing, prophecy, advice, commerce. It's like helping every aspect of life. If you had a problem with any particular aspect of life, you went to the temple whose God was in charge of that aspect of your life. So if you were having problems with the weather, you went to the deity who was in charge of storms. And if you were a farmer, you went to the agricultural department, the temple with the agricultural god in it. The working. If you were sick, you went to the medical temple. Do you see where I'm going with this? The temple complex is a religious governmental organization created by the Grey. Some of the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, keep you from all harm, and teach you right from wrong. And may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it, your talent, your dream, your guilt. Stay happy and high if you do drugs. Know I love each and every one of you. Later, I'll never say goodbye.